Right, today I'm going to be doing Stargazer. Stargazer with extra added waffle. No one talks about what they play. They usually play it. They might put some tab up, but I'm going to waffle because I know a lot about Richie Blackmore and I know a lot about Rainbow because I used to be a fan when I was a kid. I loved the whole Richie Blackmore thing. I don't listen to it now. Funny enough, I started listening to the Coverdale live stuff that's on YouTube recently. Coverdale, Glenn Hughes, Deep Purple stuff, and Blackmore was playing out of his skin during that period. He was more into playing than showing off. He really was playing well then. Some people say that they were doing a lot of playing behind the scenes, you know, a lot of jamming, and certainly showed he was on fire for the whole period. Some people don't like that version. I like the funky version of Deep Purple. If I had to listen to Deep Purple now, in fact, I like the funky version better than the Gillan version. I wouldn't have said that 30 years ago. I'd love to have gone to them gigs. I was just too young to go. I was still at school. But anyway, so anyway, we come to Blackmore Snake Charmer Rainbow time. Stargazer. It's quite easy to play. Can't play it properly. It's quite easy to play, and the background of it is that my version is going to be. This is my disclaimer, as normal. My version is a bit of my version, a bit of the studio version. The solo's a studio version. Some of the middle part is off the live version, Donington-y sort of version. You'll see as I go through it. If you actually compare this with the record, a lot of it won't be on the record, but as it is, it's an amalgamation. A lot of my playing. You imagine I learnt this as a kid 30 years ago, and I used to play it wrong, but it was my version of it, and I just learned bits and pieces of it off the record, and I could string it together, and I could jam Stargazer or a version of it. And it wasn't right, but it was, you know, sort of get through it, and part of it was right, but some of it wasn't. And but now I find that when I started playing it again, that bits of mine would come in. There's bits of it I can't play, bits of it no one can play. I don't care who you are. You might have the tab, someone might have worked it out, but no one can play like Richie Blackmore. No one. And he's very hard to mimic, and he's just so fluent, and anyway, it's impossible. That's my disclaimer. It's impossible to play properly, but you might be able to pick some bits out of this. This is very beginner level, obviously, but obviously I've got a lot of head knowledge. I'm not very good at playing the guitar, but I know a lot about the background of a lot of this stuff, and I know how Blackmore approaches the guitar. I know what he does. I know his hands, his hand movements. Very critical to learn Blackmore stuff, to know how he plays. You know, he plays a lot of ways. He's got his own way. A lot of block chords. He won't play very many power chords, and he certainly won't play bar chords. He won't do that. His bar chords, his Hendrix style thumb over, playing the E string with his thumb, and pretty much a lot of his chords are 2-chord things, as in that one. Whichever one plays wrong. And if you watch the hands, it's all two note stuff. A lot of it, apart from that last. That's obviously Smoke on the Water, not Stargazer. But you've got to watch his hands if you want to learn his stuff. I think you've got to watch the way he plays it. I'm not saying I can do it. I've got different hands to him. I'm nowhere near as good at playing guitar as him either. But then again, in my view, no one was quite as, I don't know, out there. Not them old rocky blokes from the 70s. They weren't. I don't know. He was the one, I think. He was the clever one. Not clever. I think he was the talented one. I think as a guitar player, he was very virtuoso. You know, you can't say he's better than Jan Ackerman or something. I'm not saying I'm not going for this. He was the best, but he was certainly the most fluent. He was certainly, whether you like his music or you don't like his music, and I don't like his music. A lot of his music I don't like, but as a guitar player, crikey, his sound, he was something else. And he's not arrogant, and he's very self-deprecating, and he's got a good sense of humour that most people miss. He's just awkward. Richie's just an awkward person who had to go on stage, and some of the stuff he did was quite embarrassing on stage, to be honest. I watch it back now and I think, crikey, he's a 40-year-old bloke acting like an idiot, but wow, could he play guitar. Anyway, why I'm playing that I don't know, and why I'm waffling about this I don't know. Right, anyway, that it's quite easy to play. The bit the beginner might have trouble with is that first chug on it's open E string. So that's open. But what you've got to do, you've got to mask the E string so it doesn't ring. So you want that sound, but not on those three notes. And there's a little bit of a so that, although it's them notes, I am masking there, muting I should say. I always call it masking, it's muting. Hopefully you can work that out by just watching that. This bit, the next bit, same three notes again, but without the high, without the low E chug. So it's them three notes. 5/4 on the D string, 7 on the A string, 4. Hang on, I've forgotten it now. So it's 7, 5 on the A string, 7 on the E string, back to that one. So it's 7, 6, 5, 3, G up to A slide, and there's the way that Blackmore played his sort of bar chords, power chords, when he actually strums it anyway. And then that last bit is just back to the E. Right, anyway, I'll do another video. It's going to be 3 or 4 videos because of my waffling. So anyway, next